Okay, Chuck, we're going to go into your golf swing here a little bit. And as we go along, I'm going to recommend perhaps when you get back home, you may want to get a club fitter to take a look at you. I really think you might benefit from a little longer golf equipment. With short arms and being quite tall, I think it's a perfect type of build that would need longer golf clubs. Now, that isn't always the case, but you know, I've seen this enough that I think it wouldn't hurt for you to get it checked. And even if you get somebody who suggests a more upright lie angle or more length on your golf club, the clubs that you have can be altered a little, I think enough to make a difference. But anyway, let's take a look. It's not that far off. It's not really, causing the problem here. I mean, even if you were in a better posture, I think some of the over-the-top habit would still be the case. But we're going to make you aware of, this week we're going to keep dwelling on the core message here, which is that steepness in your swing. So other than the face being a little closed there, you're not in such a bad halfway point when you go back. Your turn is sufficient. Right there is where it starts to go up though. See, right to about here, you're in pretty good shape, and then this is where it starts to go really vertical on you. That's just too steep. So we'll have to feel like you can keep pushing this club back, that way, or close to that angle that we had. So it's very closed face, and it's very, and from there, from that club face position, I would hit a lot of hooks, but you hit just the opposite when you're off, and that's how much opening effect this deepness has for you. See, I wouldn't even do that. I would just call a 3/4 backswing, or feeling like a 3/4 backswing, more adequate. Because the more it goes over this way, the steeper it's going to get on the way down, and that's what we're trying to eliminate. So I'm going to work on this elbow staying in. I'm going to work on the club being a little bit more laid off, and I'm going to come back to our model again here to help you what I mean. Let's be kind of a little bit more of a position that we want for you. Your posture is good. I mean, you're maintaining your posture nice, and you've got a decent shoulder turn. I'd like to get that arm down a little bit more here, but that may not be part of your prescription here. I don't know. But here comes the whammy. There's the killer right there. So, with hands, when your hands here about, say, just above the midsection, You can see the hands there. So there's two things that we're working on here. Number one, the hands are still way further back. The shoulders are still turned. Yours have come open. And the biggest thing of all, even if we didn't come, the classic word for this is over the top, right? Which means over the top of the, outside in, so to speak, if that be your target line. You're getting outside. But the biggest thing of all is we got to bring that club down a little bit flatter, because we're going to keep drilling on that. Tomorrow I'm going to put you on the uneven lie setup that I have over there with the ball above your feet. And when you go back this season, I'd like you to hit as many balls above your feet as you can. And I mean way up here but get a hill that's this high with the ball up by in your shins or your knees, and just get an orientation. Again, I said, like you're skipping a stone across a pond. See, he could, if he were to throw a ball down, he would hit the ball that if he had a golf ball in his hand and he were to throw it from the position he's in, he would be throwing it right at the ball or right at the line that he wants the ball to fly on. See where yours would be going there? This is extremely steep, even past 90, really. So then that causes you to go out, and then you can see what'll happen there. If you get the go to impact here. And the revealing thing about this position would be the hit right there. That's costing you some distance, because you have good speed. You're a strong guy, and that much right there could cost you, say on a 7-iron, could cost you 15 yards easily. The difference in the toe of the club and the center of the club. Whereas if he comes down on this plane that he wants to be. So to give you an example of what I was talking about, he starts here. This is his address position. Okay, and that's his impact position. So you see how identical they are? The club is, right there. So over here, we're starting here, and there's your lower body posture, and then we're ending up there. So that's where your inconsistency comes from. Okay. So more so than the over the top, the outside part of your swing, I'd be more. I know for a fact, as a teacher of many years, that you would do yourself a big favor by learning to get this club on a different plane. And I think the length of the club, the longer the club is, naturally the flatter it swings. Think about your driver versus your wedge. It swings. So that would play a role in your golf game for sure. And we're not changing anything about your swing. We're just getting you to swing on a different incline. Because when it comes down that steep, when it comes down this steep, you'll have to almost fit it in. You know what I mean? It can't come down naturally and fall to the ball there, unless you do something with it. And that's also causing you distance, because you're not using any body to hit it. It's really all arms disconnected from your body at that point. So yeah, we're going to try to get that guy in here, and I'm going to give you a lot of drills tomorrow to hit above your feet. The more in golf, the more the golf club works on this plane, the more closing of the face you have. That's why good golf swings produce a natural draw. Not only are they coming from inside to differentiate direction from incline, you come from inside the ball, but you also have to get the club flatter. And when we do that, you're going to have a lot more control over two things: the face of the club, for the shape of the shot, draw versus fade, and the bottom of the swing, where it bottoms out, either on top, too far in front, or too far behind. If you go to watch a PGA Tour event and watch them hit the ball, or watch on television, they never hit behind the ball. They always hit a couple inches in front of the ball, like that white line demonstration I was doing today. So that's the crux of your matter there, friend. And it's not uncommon. It's the most common fault in golf. Everybody's worried about coming over the top, but the plane, the incline, is ignored. The other thing that's going to help you a lot is getting yourself behind the ball a little bit more. See how far in front of the blue line that you tend to get there? That can hit the ball very low at times. And also be hard to get it fit in down there at the bottom. Yeah, some of this stuff is, we can do so much, and then after years of playing, you're not going to do this or that, but we can do this, and that's, I'm going to put you on this trainer that I have back here tomorrow too. This and that live board that I have over by the putting green, which will help you a lot. Because your body motion is not bad. I mean, you may get a little in front of it. You may get a little late with your release at times. But the bottom line is when the club starts to come from a different angle, we're going to have you fixed. So a lot of hitting balls with the ball above your feet. There's a lot of drills out there to get you flatter, but it ends up being a feeling, doing it a few times, and repeating what you're doing. And every time that you hit balls, it would help you. Like I'm talking about, like if you'd be on a lie like this. With the golf ball up here. That's the way to get out of this habit. Because I've took a fellow who was every bit as steep as you and got him back down much lower on the plane just by a whole week of doing this type of thing. So that's where we'll go with it. Okay? All right, and I will need Sue's email address, please. And I think that's it. Tomorrow we have a 9:15 start. You have no golf tomorrow. I did get you in at 12:36 on Thursday, and hopefully all went well out there today and you had a good time, and we'll see you tomorrow.